Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about something every JavaScript developer needs to know, ECMAScript 6, or ES6. ES6 brought a ton of powerful features that completely changed the way we write JavaScript code. Let's break them down and see what's so special about ES6. In this video, we will discuss the following topics. Introduction and timeline of JS to ES6, let, const, and var, arrow functions, template literals, destructuring, and finally modules. Before we dive into the features, let's quickly talk about what ECMAScript actually is. ECMAScript is the specification on which JavaScript is based. Each year, new versions of ECMAScript are released, and ES6 was a game changer because of how many new features and improvements it brought. Let's start with one of the most impactful changes, let and const variables. Before ES6, we only had var for variable declarations. But var comes with a lot of issues, like being function scoped instead of block scoped. Like here x will log 10. Even though x is declared inside the if block, because var is function scoped, it is accessible outside the block within the same function. But if we declare this variable using let keyword, it will throw an error because let is block, statement, or expression scoped. That's why we can't access it outside its scope. Const, on the other hand, is used for declaring variables that cannot be reassigned once they're set. So if you try to reassign, it will throw an error. It's great for things like constants or references that shouldn't change. So, var is function scoped, hoisted, and can be redeclared. Let is block scoped, hoisted, cannot be redeclared but can be reassigned. Const is block scoped, hoisted, cannot be redeclared or reassigned. If you don't know what hoisting is, click the I button or check the description for the video link. Next, we have one of my personal favorites, arrow functions. Arrow functions provide a shorter syntax for writing functions. Traditionally, we made functions like this, but now we write them in a shorter way. Arrow function is super useful when dealing with callbacks or asynchronous code, where this can often behave unexpectedly. Like here, if you use this regular function and try to log this, it will show hello with undefined, because this inside set timeout refers to the global object. Instead, if you use arrow function, it will log as expectedly. Now, let's talk about template literals. It helps us to embed variables and expressions directly inside strings, without having to deal with string concatenation. So, you can do string interpolation, that is simply embedding dynamic string. You can do expression evaluation, and even embed multi-line strings. One of the coolest features in ES6 is destructuring. Destructuring allows you to unpack values from arrays or objects and assign them to variables in a very concise way. This can save you from writing a bunch of repetitive code and even makes it much easier to work with arrays and objects. Like, if you want to destructure this array and assign its values to different variables, you should write it like this. And same for object destructuring. And if you want to skip any element, you can simply leave the spot blank and separate it with a comma. And if you want to capture all the remaining values into one variable, use the rest operator, which is 3 dots followed by the variable name. ES6 also introduced modules, which help us organize our code better by allowing us to break it into smaller, reusable pieces. With modules, you can export functions, objects, or values from one file and import them into another, keeping everything modular and clean. Let's say we created a file named math.js, where we defined an add function and exported it. Now, to use that add function in the main.js file, we import it like this, and then you can use it just like any other ordinary functions. So, we have covered the key features of ES6. You can check out JavaScript's ES6 documentation for more details and other features. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and follow for more updates.